Hello everyone, welcome to LearnNCode. So in today's session, I'm going to continue about data types. So before entering into the new session, I would like to give the overview of the last session. In the last session, we discussed about what is algorithm and what is flowchart and pseudocode. So as we discussed, whenever a problem is given to you, the first thing is you have to understand the problem. After understanding the problem, you have to develop the logic. After the logic is developed, then you have to draw the flowchart. And we said that a flowchart is the pictorial representation of an algorithm or problem. So we are using some symbols like input output symbol, start stop symbol, and processing symbol, and also the decision making symbol that we have seen, which are the basic symbols. Now, after the flowchart is completed, the next step is to write an algorithm. And we discussed that the pseudocode is used to write an algorithm. Pseudocode is nothing but any informal language which does not follow any programming syntax. Just we said that it is a rough code to develop an algorithm. Now, algorithm is defined as a step-by-step process, right? So we are going to start from the start state and we are going to reach the end step. To solve any particular problem, you have to draw a flowchart and you have to write an algorithm. Based on these two, you have to implement a program. So these are the things that we have discussed. After that, we have seen the rules for constructing an identifier. After that, we have started the data types. So I said that the data types are divided into two types. First one is basic data types and second one is derived data types. In continuation of the last class, I'm going to start the primary data types or basic data types. Now we will discuss various basic data types. The first basic data type is character. So for this data type, I would like to explain the size, the range, and control string to be used. How to find the size? Every character data type takes 1 byte. 1 byte means 8 bits. Now, how to find the range? To find the range for every basic data type, use this principle for signed one. The principle is minus 2 to the power of n minus 1 2 plus 2 to the power of n minus 1 minus 1. So in this case, for the character minus 2 to the power of n means number of bits. 8 bits minus 1 2 plus 2 to the power of 8 minus 1 minus 1. That implies minus 2 to the power of 7 2 plus 2 to the power of 7 minus 1. So in this case, minus 2 to the power of 7 means minus 128 to plus 127. This is the range for character as well as signed character. Both are same. What is the control string we have to use? Percentage %C. Please remember. Now, next one, unsigned character means it is positive. For unsigned character, again the size is 1 byte, 8 bits. That means 8 bits. So how to find out the range for this? The range for unsigned character is given as 0 to 2 to the power of n minus 1. 0 to 2 to the power of n value how much? 8 minus 1, that equals to 0 to 2 to the power of 8 means 256 minus 1, that is 0 to 255. This is the range of unsigned character. Now after finding the range, again we are talking about the control string. The control string is again percentage %C. After this, next we are talking about short, same as short integer, signed short int, all are same. So these data types takes 2 bytes of memory. That means 16 bits. Now how to find out the range? Again for finding the range, use the same principle so that you can easily get the range that you can do. Now the control string for this short is, it is short, no, it is not integer short. So for that what you do is, you have to use percentage %hi. or you can use percentage HD. These two are used for representing short or short integer, signed short integer. Now, after this, we are talking about unsigned short. So it is also taking 2 bytes, same 16 bits. Now, when we go for unsigned short, you have to use percentage HU, right? U means unsigned. Now, next one we are talking about integers, signed integer. These three are same meaning. So here also, how many bytes it is taking? 2 bytes. How much memory? 16 bits of memory. So for signed, how to calculate the range? Again, you have to use the same formula. So for integer or signed integer, the control string you have to use is percentage %d or percentage %i. For unsigned integer, so again 2 bytes, 16 bits. For unsigned, how to calculate the range? 0 to 2 to the power of n minus 1. This is the principle you have to use where small n represents number of bits. So for this, what is the control string you have to use? For unsigned, percentage %u. So this is a discussion about how to find out the size and range and what is the control string. After this, we will see next primary data types or basic data types. So in this case, we have long integer, signed long integer. So long takes 4 bytes. All these are same. 4 bytes means 32 bits, right? You can find out the range by using the same principle for signed one. So what is the control string or format specifier? Here you have to use percentage LD or percentage LI. Now after this, unsigned long integer. It is also taking 4 bytes, 32 bits. What is the control string you have to use? Percentage LU. This is the control string. Next, long int, signed long int, all are same. So it is taking 8 bytes, that means 64 bits. So for this, what is the format specifier? Percentage LLI or percentage LLD. Next, unsigned long int, both are same. So same again, 8 bytes, 64 bits. Here what you have to use? Percentage LLU. This is the format specifier or control string. So next one is float. So float by default signed one. There is no unsigned one. For float, how many bytes? 4 bytes. That means 64 bits. What is the format specifier we have to use? Percentage F, or you can use capital percentage F, or you can use percentage G or capital G, percentage E or percentage A. You can use small letters or capital letters. So this is the control string that you can use for the float. Now what about double? Double takes 8 bytes, that means 64 bits. For double, you have to use percentage LF, or you can say percentage L capital F or capital G. Same thing you have to, but you have to add L. So after that, long double. Long double is going to take 10 bytes. 10 bytes means how many bits? 8 bits. So for this, you have to use capital L, capital LF or capital L, capital F. Similarly like above. Now, the last data type is void. It is not going to take any size. Why? Because we call it as empty data type. So these are the data types which comes under basic. Now, after this, we are going to talk about, so we will discuss void data type in coming sessions. So after completing these primary data types, so we are moving to keywords. Why? Because to discuss derived data types, we need some time. So for that, we are moving to keywords. Now, as I said that when we discussed about the types of tokens, I said 3 types of tokens: identifiers, keywords, and constants. We have already completed the concept of identifiers. So next, to write more programs, we discussed about the data types. After that, we are coming to the keywords. As I said that there are 32 keywords. 32 keywords, and already I said that keywords are also known as reserved words. So the first keyword is auto. Auto in the sense it is the storage class. We will discuss the storage classes in the coming sections. Now break statement is used in the if statement as well as loops. Next case, character, constant, continue, default, do, double, else, enum, extend, float, for, go to, if. These are the first 16 keywords. After this, next 16 comes under int, long, register, storage class, return we use in main function or any function, short, signed, size of, static. Just I'm giving this information to know what are the keywords we have. So struct, switch, type definition, union, unsigned, void, volatile, while. So like this, we have 32 keywords. So after completing the keywords, next we are going to see the execution of more C programs using VS Code. We go for VS Code. Now we will see the program. So last class we have seen simple program to print hello world. Now I'm going to write the program for finding the area of circle. Why? Because we have seen flowchart as well as algorithm for that. So first thing you have to write the comment section. For that, what you do is slash asterisk. So whenever you write slash asterisk, automatically it gives the corresponding closed asterisk and slash. So in between you write so program for finding the area of circle. This is the name of the program, right? Now, so please remember that for every C program, hash include stdio.h, integer main, and last statement return 0 is common. So what are the common things? Hash include stdio.h, so int main, so last you write return 0. These are the basic things you have to remember. Every program, hash include stdio.h, integer main, and last one is return 0. Right. Now, so one important thing is the program is to find the area of circle. As I said earlier, first find out what are the variables are there. So what is the input variable and what is the output variable? We discussed that output variable is A and input variable is R. So before going to use those variables, the thing is you have to declare, very important thing is you have to declare the variables, or we can say identifiers. Now we're taking float data type. Just now we discussed now float data type. So what is the variable we are taking? A, and every statement ends with semicolon, and I'm taking integer R. So I'm taking R as the integer. See, whenever I write float int, so we are getting in different color. Why? Because those are the reserved words. And what is the data type of capital A? Float. So the data type mentions that variable A is going to take float type of value. That means real value. And A is going to take 4 bytes of memory. Just now I said that float is going to take 4 bytes of memory. And the name of the variable is or identifier is capital A. Next R. R is of type integer. It is going to take only integer values. So these are the naming conditions. First you have to name the variables before going to use. Now after this, we have to give radius, right? Input radius. So directly you can give the value in the program or you can use input statement. So before going to use input statement, directly I'm giving the value R. I'm giving the R equals to some 2. After this, I'm calculating capital A equals to, as I said, 3.14 into R into R. So here the multiplication symbol is star. Okay, we have calculated A. R value is 2 and we are calculating A. But whenever you execute this program, if you execute multiple times, you are getting the same result. Why? Because R value is fixed. So how to take the value of R at runtime, that we will see in the next class. So now after calculating A, earlier we have printed a value, right? So here also I'm going to use print. To print anything, I'm using printf statement. In the printf, so what is the value we want to print? A. What is the type of A? Float. So for that, what you mention is percentage F. Why? Because the control string to print float value is percentage %F. So after keeping double quotes, you types comma, after that you write A. And every statement ends with semicolon. Type semicolon. And finally return 0 is comma, right? So this is the way of writing C program by mentioning two variables, float A, integer R. So we compile at the same time run. Compilation and execution is done by the same runner. So go to corner and press. So it is giving the value 12.56000000. This is the output we are getting. If you execute second time also, we are getting the same input. So how to read the input from the keyboard, that we will see in the next class. So with this, I'm going to end the program to find the area of circle. More programs we are going to see in the coming sessions. Thank you for watching.